Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby. Not gonna allow it, sugar. Bang,
Hello, how are you?
on the door, baby.
I'm just partying today. That's right. Woo! It is a party today. Is book launch day, baby. Woo! How you doing today on this nor'easter? Hello, Alexa. Stop. Hello, how are you? I am getting my energy up because today, friends, is launch day for the book. Oops, I had it backwards. This is actually my author's copy because it has this stripe across the front. This is the very first copy of my book that I got just a couple of weeks ago. And wouldn't you know it, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Even during the nor'easter, which today is my book launch. Now, who would have a book launch, book signing, local bookstore, hometown, and a nor'easter pops up? And the schools are canceling all their outdoor and activities after school. And the power's going out and the streets are flooding and it is Armageddon. But you know what? I'm going to be at the book signing. Hey, everybody, I'm Pat Laurie. Thanks so much for joining me. I missed you. I haven't been on live in quite a long time. And that's because I have been busy writing a book called Be Authentic on Video, the Playbook. And I did this earlier in the year because, you got to do something, right? It's during the pandemic. I decided that I would switch from doing my videos to actually doing a print project. So I wrote this book, and today is official launch day, and it is available on Amazon. And I'm going to put the link right here in the chat because I know that some people are already contacting me saying that they cannot make the book signing tonight because of the weather. And I get that. But you know what? I have to tell you something. I remember back in the day, and still, I mean, I've already been to my boat. I, put the bilge switch on. I've drained the water out. I like to walk in the rain and I head towards the storms. Do you head towards the storms in life? You know, I'm celebrating today because I've been dedicating myself to writing this book over the last several months. And I wanted to write it because I wanted to tell my story. And I got a little emotional thinking about this earlier, even when Love Shack was playing, because it is emotional. When you decide to write a book and to do anything and to go after what you dream of doing in life, and then whew, all of a sudden it's like it's here, and I keep trying to like downplay what this day means to me, but when I think about it, it makes me a little misty because I tell my story in this book about fear and about having that fear of going on camera and just being feeling like a fraud and wanting to hide. And I know that's what a lot of people do, and that's why a lot of people avoid going on camera. And oh, my voice is cracking. But back in the day, that would have derailed me. Not anymore. I'm over it, and that's why I wrote the book, Be Authentic on Video. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up and just being you, and sharing your heart with other people, because that's how people are going to connect with you. And that's how I hope to connect with you through this book. So I really, first and foremost, wrote this book for myself to get over the story of what was holding me back in life, keeping myself small. How many of us say no to opportunities or keep ourselves small because we're afraid? Right. And by writing this book, I have said, forget about it. I'm not afraid anymore. You either like me or you don't. And I don't really care. But I hope you like me, because I'll probably like you too. But you got to give yourself a chance first. That's the trick, is you got to give yourself that boost. You got to give yourself a chance. So I wrote this foremost, for myself to get that story out there. And then I wrote it for my son, Ryan, because I want to have a legacy for him to remember his mom. Like, what is my mom all about? Like, what is mama all about? Well, Mama wants to tell her story about when she was in the news business and when, she used to have all these doubts and fears. And, you can be fearless and then you can become fearful. Doesn't that happen in life? Sometimes it happens with age, sometimes it happens with experiences. But no doubt it has happened to you, right? But I think the beauty is when you can pick yourself up and when you can keep going. And to have the courage to keep going is the journey of life, isn't it? So I wrote it for myself, I wrote it for Ryan, and then I wrote it for people like you that are watching, people like you that want to get out there, want to share your story. Because, you know, I know that you might be thinking your story's not valuable, interesting, unique, epic enough. But really, everybody does have quite an interesting story. And it's not the epicness of what happens to you in life. It's how you want to connect with others and how you want to help others and how you want to describe that story and how you can tell that story, right? And it's not in all the little details of perfection. It's really in all of those moments when your voice cracks and when you're afraid but you do it anyhow, that people really want to learn about. So that's why I wrote this story. And it's been amazing to me. So the book is on Amazon. It's called Be Authentic on Video. You can purchase it there. I put a link in the comments. And it's also going to be at Breakwater Books today. I'm going to be there in Guilford from 5 to 7 p.m. And I realize it's quite the day to go out for a book signing because it's raining, it's windy, it's a little nutty out there. But I'm going to be there. I'm not sure if I'm going to wear my rain boots or my cheetah high heels. Probably the high heels. I'll wear the rain boots there and I'll change because that's what I want to do. And you know what? Darn it. I'm going to tell you a story about writing a book. I don't know if any of you have written a book before, or if you're thinking about going on camera, or if you give presentations, or if you're online in the Zoom world. Uh, but it can be a very lonely life when you sit down and you commit to doing a project like this. It takes a lot of dedication and it's a very lonely life. The life of an author, it's not like so glamorous. I tell you, the video productions, those are more glamorous even though they're not. But at least you're with a group of people, right? So this was sort of like a very singular project, my first print project, really, in long format. I've done documentaries, I've done news stories, I've done corporate videos, commercials, whatever. I've done that. Never did a print article, and a print book, but a lot of doubt comes to mind when you put that word on paper because it's permanent, and that always scared me. I'm like, even when I was in TV. I was like, oh no, I'm afraid of the print reporters because they must know a lot more than I do. But we all have these moments, right? If you're here, please say hi. Put something in the comments. I'd love for you to just say, "Hey, Pat, I'm here." It's a rainy day. Come on, you need to take a break from your Zoom, right? Just pop on the Facebook. You can't go for a run right now. But I want to tell you also that what's been so surprising to me in this journey of writing this book and now it being out there, people are texting me and DMing me and saying, oh, I bought a couple of copies of your book. And I was like, whoo, it's exciting, but it's also like terrifying in a way, but I really hope that my book, which is also, by the way, it's not a traditional book. I mean, it is in one sense, but it's interactive because it's also a workbook. It's a playbook, and it's also has a lot of interactive links. So you can click on the links and you can watch these video examples. Hey, Julie. Oh my gosh, Julie and I. All right, Julie, thanks for watching. Julie and I went to high school together. Julie, can you believe it? I wrote a book. It's exciting. And it's exciting mostly because I tell you, it has the potential to help you if you actually order the book and you're interested in going on video and want to know, like, what's the secret to like being able to show up and speak like this? Well, in the book, I tell you the secret to being able to get up there and being able to, be yourself and speak authentically, freely, and without judgment, self-judgment. Got to get rid of that. Okay. So I'm going to just tell you briefly about the framework of my book in case you're interested. Uh, it's a 4-part framework. And in the first part, we build video confidence. So how do you do that? You do that by dropping this idea of being perfect. Of course, I want to look good. I want to sound good. I don't want to make a fool out of myself, right? But you have to get rid of this notion of being perfect, because once you can do that, you will start to thrive. I'm putting Julie's hey there. Thank you. Thank you for being excited for my big day. I'm excited for my big day too. Uh, so once you decide that you can drop perfection, right, that'll help you out. And you have to realize also that you got to change what's holding you back. You got to start looking at things differently. And you have to say, if I keep doing it the same way, I'm going to have the same results. So you have to change what holds you back, and you have to start thinking about doing things in a different way. So how do you do that? Well, you do that by creating a positive mindset. And I have some little hacks in the book where I take you through some exercises, and then you join my online community if you want to. If you want more help, you just join the community, and I pop in and I give you some inspiration. And then you start to really embrace your authenticity. Once you start to have this self-talk, and once you start to do these exercises, you're like, you know what? I am awesome, and I don't have to be like that person over there. I want to be like this person right here. And you should be you, because you're awesome. And once you can sort of get into that mode, you're going to start to attract your audience. You're going to attract your audience because your energy is going to be like set in the right way. Your energy is going to say, I'm confident, right? And I'm just being myself. I'm letting my hair down, letting the flyaways be flyaways, and I'm speaking my truth. So all that's good. So part two is attract your audience. So it's set your energy, then you're going to form this relationship with the lens, because it is a relationship. It really is a relationship. You're going to learn how to communicate. You're going to learn how to communicate with your body, right? Not with just sitting here like this. But I'm animated. I mean, you got to be sort of animated when you do this kind of thing, right? Because you got to draw people in. So you're going to also learn about props. And do I have it? Well, I have this prop. This is the author's version, by the way, which is the stripe across the front. So in this version, it's kind of funny. I had all these like things I wanted to change. I've got pen marks. I got where am I going to write, where am I going to write the dedication? I'm going to write it right there on the dedication page. I'm going to say, dear so-and-so, and I'm going to have a little message. If you go to the book signing tonight at Breakwater Books, you're going to know what that little message is, because I'm going to write it right to you. And you can pick up a copy of the book at Breakwater Books, or you can order it on Amazon if you can't make the book signing tonight. And the link that is there in the comments. In fact, I'm going to show it right now. That's how you get a hold of the playbook, the Be Authentic on Video playbook. It's right on Amazon. All right. So the journey of buying this, of writing this book, has been daunting, exhausting, isolating, rewarding, terrifying. And I'm really kind of relieved in a way, and happy, and celebrating today, because I think, no matter what you're going after in life, you have to celebrate your accomplishments along the way. And it's not about the praise from everybody else, but it's about honoring yourself and having, the ability to say, I started out with a goal, and I made that goal, and I finished that goal. What's next? I'm always like, what's next? I don't know. I don't know what's next. I know right now, for this moment, it feels really good to be able to launch my book today, and to hopefully be able to help somebody. And if you know somebody that is struggling with uh, figuring out how to go on camera, or even just wants to be more dynamic on camera, or is just curious about bettering themselves if they are on Zoom and they need to address an audience, this playbook is a great gift idea. And I would be happy to even sign a copy for you if you'd like. So part three of my framework is, my mouth isn't working today, defining your brand, creating that content, drawing people in, right? Getting those headlines, those hooks, those calls to action, and having the courage to go live, because going live is very valuable. And I actually think it's a lot easier to go live than it is to do a taped video, because you're out there, you're doing it, and it's in the moment, and you don't have a chance to just sort of like look at it and critique it and redo it, and look at it and critique it and redo it. It's out there. then it's particles in space. So this book will give you the courage, it'll give you the framework, it'll give you the steps, it'll give you worksheets, it'll give you tips, checklists, it'll give you an interactive Facebook group where you can participate further if you'd like to. You can buy this book for yourself, you can buy this for a friend. It's going to be one of those books that you can pick up and go back and hit the resource, channel. What do I do? What do I do if I want to do this? And in the back, there's the video action plan, which to me is really helpful every time you go on video. You have a whole checklist of what should you do. You got it all there, and then you go for it. So I just wanted to pop in today because it's my day. I wrote a book. And I'm having my book signing at Breakwater Books today in Guilford, even in the nor'easter. Hopefully there'll be power, but if there isn't, I will bring my battery pack and I will hope to see you at the book signing. Be perfect. No, it's not about being perfect. It's about being authentic on video. It's a playbook, 18 steps to get you there. And if you can't make it to tonight's signing, you can always purchase the book on Amazon. It is my goal for you to be able to show up and be yourself. If you're living in fear, like I used to, I don't want you to live like that anymore. We all have fears about showing up in public, about speaking in public, about how are we going to control our breath? What are we going to say? What if we mess up? This book is a good resource for you, and I encourage you, no matter what you're going through, to just believe in yourself, because self-doubt is no fun. It's natural, and we've all gone through this pandemic, and we're returning to life. And how are you going to return to life? Who are you going to be when you return back to the office? What does the next chapter of your life look like? Whatever it looks like, I want you to show up with confidence. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you later. Take care. Have a great day. Stay dry, get wet, go out in the rain, run around, sing songs, have fun. And I'll see you